Welcome to College Recruiter, where we believe that every student and recent grad deserves a great career. My name is Anna Peters, and I am joined again today by Joanne Meehl, who is the president and primary job coach and career consultant at Joanne Meehl Career Services. She has over 20 years of experience in job search consulting and helping her clients succeed in making good career choices. So welcome, Joanne.
Hi, how you doing today, Anna?
I'm good. Joanne, I also want to say that is part of College Recruiter's panel of experts, which is made up of professionals around the country who provide top-notch advice for both recruiters and HR professionals, as well as our job seekers out there. So Joanne today is going to talk to us about, or she'll share some tips for resume writing for the college students and recent grads who are applying for internships and entry-level jobs. So we previously talked a little bit about some ground rules, and I wanted to talk today about some mistakes that students and grads typically make. So Joanne, can you share some of those common mistakes that people can learn from?
Sure. And there's a wide variety, and it's just sad. It's using your dad's or mom's format for your resume. Even it's outdated for your dad or mom if they were to use it. So using a more contemporary format today, and that has to be in many cases technically friendly, because a system, an applicant tracking system specifically, might be reviewing the resume. So don't assume that a PDF is okay. Do not assume at all that an infographic type of resume works. It can't be read by these systems. So the last thing you want to do is apply everywhere and then get no response because you're sending out the wrong format. So do whatever it is that the ad says to do if it's a posting, or if you know somebody inside the company, how do they accept resumes? So that's one, poorly formatted, either old-fashioned formatting. An objective today is just not required, and in fact I shun objectives, and I have for at least 10 years. Adding at the end references available upon request. Well, of course you're going to give them. So that's a wasted bunch of words. Save that space for something else. But a second area is sending the resume and thinking, okay, I'm done for the day. I've sent out 10 resumes and I'm done. And I like to say, oh, no, this is where you just started. So yes, there's resumes, but then there's actually lobbying your way into the company to find someone inside you can talk with, if you don't already have a connection inside, you can then say, I'm in your system, I have applied for something. Can I talk with you? Can we have a cup of coffee? And I do train my people on how to set half-hour in-person, face-to-face, eye-to-eye meetings with people so that you get known to people inside. So the big mistake is thinking that you've done enough when you sent in a resume. You really have to lobby your way in. And then third, if you do make contacts inside, is to keep nurturing them and keep checking in with them every few weeks. And hopefully you won't have to do it too often before you land.
So you mentioned applicant tracking systems. That's the machine that filters all the resumes, and I know it's a bit of a thorn in applicants' sides.
It is.
We all wish that a real person would be reading our resumes, but that's not the case for at least large companies.
Yes.
So what are your tips for getting your resume, while being authentic to who you are, getting your resume through that machine?
Exactly. Well, it's first of all, you want to make sure that it's easy to read. And by that, I mean no tricky formatting, nothing hidden in the image. Every now and then you hear about tricks that people do to hide words and so forth. Those can be seen today. And those systems are now trained to spit out a resume that is trying to be tricky. So don't do that to yourself.
You can't game the system.
You cannot. They see this now, and they are automatically, they see people doing that as dishonest, and they don't want to hire somebody like that. But the resume should be in either text format or .doc, not even .docx in many cases. One of the most stringent applicant tracking systems out there is what's called Taleo, T-A-L-E-O, and you'll see that on many job applications. Something like 80% of companies use Taleo. Very strict, very unsympathetic, and so forth. But what it is trained to do is to read for and look for keywords that are set up by the people inside, whether it's hiring managers, HR, or talent acquisition, or similar or parts of the organization. The reason these things are used is that so many hundreds of resumes come in so fast and at the hiring managers so much that there's no human way they can filter through them all. It's just so easy today to go click and send, and they just can't keep up with the stream. So what they do is they train these systems using keywords to screen through them and find some of the best candidates. So the thing you want to make sure you're doing is looking at the job description and saying, that's true of me, let me use that word. That's true of me, let me use that word. Use those words in there. Go and look at the company site and see what words and terminology they use. Use that there as well. Look up people on LinkedIn who work there and see what they say about the company and what their jobs are. So those are the things that I really recommend people do to deal with those systems.
And it's never about pretending to be someone you're not or lying about your experience. It's just a word choice. So using this word instead of that word.
Yes, yeah. It's as simple as saying things like, well, okay, an example I use is if you're analytical and they're asking for someone who's analytical, use every version of the word analytical. Analytics, analyze, analysis. Use every version of the word because you really don't know what they have enriched that
the program
screening system with that they're looking for. And the more of those versions of that word that you use, the better for you.
Great. Thank you, Joanne. This is very good advice. And I appreciate your time. We appreciate your time here at College Recruiter. I'm sure we'll check in again. And for the job seekers out there, you now there are 2 videos that showed Joanne's insight, and you should take a look at the other one, also about resumes, and read the blog post as well. So thank you for joining us, Joanne.
Thank you. It was great fun.